Yeah, Creed?
Good morning.
Hi.
This is Creed from Lafayette.
Hi, Creed. How are you today?
Good morning.
I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm
Good
doing
morning.
well. This is Rick Shadiak, and you've got Jenny with me.
Well, thank you for joining me this morning. I have a couple of questions, if I can ask that. I know that we're talking specifically about ways that St. Jude is advancing the fight against cancer. Can you give me just a few examples of how that's being done currently?
Well, sure. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital leads the way the world understands, treats, and defeats childhood cancer. You know, it's that special place where doctors around the United States and increasingly the world send some of their most difficult cases, especially involving cancer, because we have the highest survival rates for some of the most difficult cancers. And, you know, we've made great progress in the fight against pediatric cancer, taking the overall survival rates from 20% to over 80%, but we're working to get it to 90%, and we're not going to stop till no child dies from cancer. You know, the sad part is that 1 in 5 kids that are diagnosed with pediatric cancer are still going to die. So it's the leading cause of death by disease in U.S. kids today. And that's why St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is desperately searching for a cure. And, you know, we're the leading private investor in pediatric cancer research in the United States. And we're tackling some of the most compelling healthcare problems when it comes to pediatric cancer. We're also studying kids that survive pediatric cancer. We want to know whether or not they were able to have kids. Were they having any hearing problems, any bone density problems? We know that kids that survive pediatric cancer are going to have some health challenges, and that's unacceptable to us at St. Jude too. We also invest in cutting-edge care like our Proton Therapy Center, which is the only one dedicated solely to kids in all of America. So those are just some examples of the way St. Jude leads the way the world understands and defeats childhood cancer.
That's amazing work. And I want to, first of all, thank you for that. And then I would like to ask Jenny a question as far as what made you decide to bring your daughter, it's Mabry, correct?
Yes, that is correct. We are actually Memphians. So when she was diagnosed, well, let me come back. When she was told that she had cancer, we just automatically were sent to St. Jude because of our being a Memphis resident. So, but I thought about that later is we never even second guessed where else we would, do we need to get a second opinion? I just thought about that probably in the last few months that was never even an issue that never crossed our mind. So I've heard about St. Jude for all my life and knew that if your child has cancer, that's where you want to take your child. So we were just very fortunate that we live in this great city of Memphis and that we have this gym in our city that takes care of my child.
Well, you kind of answered my next question there. I was wondering if you were a Memphis resident, how you heard about the hospital, but if you grew up with it, you obviously knew the name and knew the work ahead of time. Could you share some of the benefits that you have seen as far as bringing her to St. Jude?
Oh, yes. I don't think we have enough time for me to tell you all of the benefits. But, and actually my view of St. Jude actually changed when we came to St. Jude as a family. I'd always thought of St. Jude as more of a place where they just took care of the children to make them feel more comfortable before they passed away. And I did not realize how many children were actually cured and sent home and live normal lives like we expect Mabry to do. So being at St. Jude has given my daughter a life that I wasn't able to provide for her in the scariest moment of my life. And more than that it has allowed me as a mother and my husband I've had to quit work immediately when we found out about her diagnosis. So with the money that is raised, we don't pay anything at St. Jude. So this has allowed me to focus on Mabry and our family to focus on her and to getting her healthy.
So what's amazing to me are a couple of things that I'm hearing here. One, even as a longtime resident of Memphis and knowing about the hospital, there's much more as you peel back the layers and become a part of the community. There was more than you realized initially. But the other thing that you stated there is that there's obviously the treatment that your child receives, but there are also, and I hate to use the term benefits, but the parents are being taken care of as well. And so that's why it's so important that we raise this money for St. Jude. And speaking of, where can our readers and listeners go to find out more information about potential walk runs in their area that are raising money for St. Jude?
Yeah, they can go to our website at www.stjude, that's stjude.org, to learn about the St. Jude Walk Run to End Childhood Cancer. It's going to take place on September 17 and September 24 in 61 communities across the United States. And I want to urge everybody to get involved in this fight against pediatric cancer. You just heard Jenny say how important it was for her to be there. And when we as St. Jude Children's Research Hospital stay true to that promise that we've made that no family will ever receive a bill from St. Jude, we say that because we want mom and dad to simply focus on getting their child better, helping them survive this battle against pediatric cancer. And no mom or dad should ever have to make a healthcare decision based upon how much money is in their bank account or whether or not they can afford it. That's the beauty of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We give these parents the opportunity to focus on their kids, and we're going to do everything we possibly can to get their child better while advancing cures for pediatric cancer research. So I sure hope everyone will join us in our fight against pediatric cancer and sign up to do the St. Jude Walk Run to End Childhood Cancer and be a hero. Go out there and raise money for these kids and join our fight.
Thank you so much, Rick and Jen.